Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are well. So today in this video we are going to talk about Java interview questions. Well, what I have planned for is that let's start a Java interview series. Let me know if you want me to come up with more such interview series. So according to your response, if you are loving the series, if you are finding the questions, whatever we are discussing helpful, then probably I'll be making more questions in this particular series, right? So what I've thought of is, like, instead of making a video maybe 1 hour 2 hour long consisting of all the questions that are mostly asked for the Java interview. Now, for whom this playlist is going to be helpful? Those who are students, because mainly you do mention Java as one of your programming skills that you are good at or something in your resume, so you are going to mention that. So obviously whatever questions we are going to cover in this particular playlist or series, I should say, so they are going to be from basic to advanced one. First of all, we'll be starting from the basic one and then we'll be proceeding further in that way, right? And even if you are experienced one, then also I think this playlist is going to be helpful for you when we'll be covering from basic to advanced, like, because in interview it's not all about that. If you're an experienced candidate, then only like tough questions or advanced questions are supposed to be asked. They can ask you anything, right? I hope that you will shower your love to this series and you will be supporting me. So in this video, so what we're going to do is, for every question, we'll be having a specific video. So for example, if there is a particular question that is mostly asked for the Java interview, so one by one of these questions we are going to take in our video, so that video can be short. Even I do prefer watching short videos, and I can understand most of you must be preferring the same. So that's what I have thought of to do. So in this video we are going to discuss a very important question. So that is about, what is the difference between final, finally and finalize. I hope that most of you must have heard these terms, final and finally. Maybe that finalize can be sort of new for you, but we'll understand everything in detail in the video itself. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. So first one is final. Now, by the term itself, final, it means something is final now. It cannot be altered, it cannot be changed. So what this keyword final is for, final means that this particular thing is not going to be changed now. So we do use final keyword with the thing that we don't want to change. We want to keep it as constant. We don't want to change its value. So when we use final keyword with a variable, it means that this is the value that we have assigned to that variable is constant now. We cannot change it. We can use final with functions as well as class, right? With function, if you are using this keyword final, it means that function cannot be overwritten. Means this function is once defined. Now whatever functionality it is doing, this is final. No one can change it. No one can make any kind of modification. So that's why final function, the function that are having this final keyword, they cannot be changed. They cannot be overwritten. Now when we use final with the classes, you must have got it, right? That this class cannot be inherited. Okay, so I hope that you must have understood that why do we use final keyword. We'll be having a look on the example as well, but first of all, let me give you a theoretical idea about these. Now let's hop on to the next term that I discussed, that was finally. I hope that most of you must have heard this. So finally we use with exceptions. For exception, you must be knowing that we use try catch blocks in Java, right? So we do use finally with exceptions, that is with try catch block. So is it like that if an exception occur, then finally block is going to be executed, or if exception doesn't occur, does it something like this? Okay, so one of the questions related to that was asked to me during an interview itself, that was related to Java only. So the interviewer asked me try catch and finally block was there. So he asked, if the exception occurred, then finally is going to be executed, or if the exception does not occur, then finally is going to be executed. So let me tell you, it is independent of exception. Whether the exception will occur or will not occur, finally block is going to be executed. So why do we use finally? In case you want to mention something additional that is independent of the occurrence of the exception, that thing you can mention, that thing you can put into your finally block. So that's what about finally. Let's hop on to the next term that I mentioned, that is finalize. So finalize is a function that is basically called before the destruction, or we can say before destroying our object. So when object has completed all its work and it is eligible for destruction, it is eligible to be destroyed, before getting destroyed, this finalize function is getting called. So we can say something like कि खत्म होने से पहले, डिस्ट्रॉय होने से पहले हम पूछ लेते हैं ऑब्जेक्ट से क्या आपकी कोई लास्ट विश है, तो वो चीज इम्प्लीमेंट करने में, वो चीज एग्जीक्यूट करने में हमारी हेल्प कौन करता है? फाइनलाइज फंक्शन. कि जब फाइनली आप डिस्ट्रॉय हो रहे हो, जब फाइनली ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्ट्रॉय हो रही है, सो डू यू हैव एनी लास्ट थिंग टू डू? Is there any last wish for you that you want to complete or something like this? So before this finalize function is getting called, right? So now I hope that you must have understood the difference between these three terms, that is final, finalize and finally. So let's have a look on the example as well, so that you can get a proper understanding, and then we'll be wrap up the video. So let's have a look on the examples. So guys, if you want to have a theoretical knowledge of whatever we discussed regarding final, finally and finalize, then this is the article I found is super amazing and explanatory as well on the Geeks for Geeks. I have provided a link in the description itself. So well, we were here to discuss about the examples. So as if I mentioned about the final, right? So here you can see what we have done is, this is a non-final variable, means we haven't used final keyword with this one, hence we can make changes, we can modify the value of a. Whereas with b we have used final, it means this value is constant now, whatever the value is there, like we cannot change the value of b now, hence a plus plus if you will do, that is totally fine, but b plus plus if you will do, it will immediately going to throw an compile time error, right? Hope you must have understood. Now as I mentioned, we can use final with variables, class, function, right? So here you can check for the class as well, that we have mentioned this RR class, we have used final with this class RR. It means that we cannot inherit, right, this class now. So here we are going to get compile time error, because we cannot extend RR as its final now, right? Similarly with the method as well, if you are going to use here you can see we have used final keyword with RR method, right? So we cannot override this method now. Here you can see, here we get compile time error, because here what we are trying to do is overriding stuff we are trying to do, hence we are going to get compile time error. Hope you must have understood. You can see other examples as well that has been given there to get a proper understanding. Let's talk about finally keyword now. So as I mentioned that it is used with try catch. So it's not that you have to take catch as well. We can have a pair of try finally as well. So that here you can see we are having this try block and finally. So no matter whatever is going to happen in try block or no, or what, finally is always going to be executed, right? So that's what it is. Here also you can have a look. And we can use finally as well, try catch also. So try catch finally block, that also what we can do. So this is an amazing example with the explanation as well that they have provided. So you can just go through it, right? So yeah, let's move to the next part. So see, here they have taken the cases as well, that if exceptions do not occur in the program, then also you can see executes whether exception occur or not, means this finally block has been executed, right? Exception occur and corresponding catch block matches, then also you can see finally has been executed. Exception occurs and corresponding catch block not found, if it is not there, then also you can see executes whether an exception occur or not. In that scenario as well, finally got executed. Hope you must have got a proper understanding now. You can read about the application of finally block as well here. So let's move to the finalize method now. As if I mentioned that this method is called by using garbage collector before the destruction, before the deletion of the object, like when it is eligible for garbage collection. Now this is the syntax for finalize method that they have specified. So what we are doing here is, to give you an example, we are overriding this finalize method. So okay, there are multiple examples, you can just go through it and they are having a concept associated with them, right? So let's say this one. So what we are doing here is, we are having a class RR, right? Now we are having the object of class Ara, that is Q. Now we are assigning null to this Q. It means that it is eligible for garbage collection. Now we are requesting JVM to call garbage collector method, right? Now what we have done is we have override the finalize method. So this finalize method will be called now, and as if this will be called, so what will be the output? The output will be first of all main completes and then finalize method overwritten, and you can see even that's what we are getting here. Certain other scenarios are here, so everything has been properly discussed in this article. Hope you must have understood about these three terms: final, finally, and finalize. If you have found the video useful, then make sure to hit the like button, do subscribe my channel, and let me know your thoughts that should I continue with this series and how helpful it is going to be for you. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.